And of course, he brings out the guitar. All right. Let's see. What song is Master of the Heavenly Yard? I'm just going to see what's. 51. We've done 50 songs. So let's go to the 50 songs. Let's see. We got the creation when they made the world, and Levy and Behemoth got stuck in the ark. We got Maria Moonlit, and she was a queen, and she gave birth to Adam. And Levy and Behemoth said, "You're our daughter. We want you to get us out of the ark, have some twins." And we got Adam and Eve, and they tried to have their twins, but they failed, and then they ran in the forest and got married. Let's see, we got Meta, who worked for Pale Noel, and she had Hansel and Gretel, and Eve killed her. We got Luca and Irina, and Irina killed Luca, and Kirill resurrected Luca, except that it wasn't Luca, it was Levia, and Behemoth was sleeping. And we got Hansel and Gretel killing their parents and making the sins, and Seth giving the forest spirits the sins, and making Irina a kitty cat. And then Levia goes off to find all the vessels. And then we got Venomania, and he looked ugly, and he just wanted his girlfriend back, and he died. And we got Fanica, and she wanted to eat all the food and became the demon of gluttony. And we got King Arth and Levia's friends, and the princess and the servant, and the kingdom gets destroyed. And we got Prim and Kyle and all that. We got Eve doing her sleep stuff and reincarnating. And then we got Levia getting back her memories, and we got Hansel, and he becomes Irina's son. They do some stuff. Seth comes back. And Amelia becomes master of the heavenly yard, or the hellish yard. And there's an explosion, and Ma gets created. And Alan goes back to Earth to find Rin, and fails. And Kyle kills everyone, and Ma gets a new body. Let's see. And Ma throws Levia into a new body. She becomes Nemesis. And Levia kills her boyfriend and has her and stuff. And Valerian, he has a daughter that ran. So he has Nemesis and Irina and all that. And then we got the endings and Master of the Graveyard. and Irina being the master of the court, and having twins, and the world blows up. And Alan gets out of the box, and now he has to go get Nemesis, or get Levia back into her Nemesis body before Nemesis blows up the world again.
It's people's souls instead of their bodies.
Yeah, go nick people's souls. Wasn't that a great summary? I don't know. Bored. Alright. So, Master of the Heavenly Yard. Shibbity shibbity. Let's not begin yet. Once upon a time, there was a psychologist in Moscow named Levia. That's the capital of Russia.
I know where Moscow is, so Russia canonically exists in this world.
One night, when her hospital was empty, she was visited by a postman pushing a hers girl in a wheelchair. She told her to read the girl's memories with the black box to see what crimes she committed. Levia did and learned the girl killed lots of people with her gun. The girl was Nemesis. Levia suspected she and her were the same, but to Levia, Evillious was a fantasy world. It was only when Postman revealed herself to be Alan and used his twin powers on the black box that Levia regained her memories of Nemesis. She returned to her body, now with the memories of all three of her incarnations. Is that my mommy? Hello? Oh, so the thing about this one is that it combines Mario's video with rose red circles. So it's Master of the Heavenly Yard, but everyone sings it.
So it's Splendor.
It's awesome. Alan and Nemesis went to inspect the theater. Harold appeared to them as a bluebird and pointed out the black box in the sky. Unlike everything else, the box was real, like Nemesis, and thus harmful. They saw Gammon addressing the souls of the Tazan soldiers, telling them to find the contractors. This is part of the plan for the court ending. Irina and Gammon want to reset the world without the Seven Sins. Because the contractors are already dead, they can't die again, but the box can send them to another random universe. Ma is also evil. The book says that the demons alone weren't enough to make her pure, so she wanted to suck up the contractors too. From this, I deduced that Ma was given the idea by Gammon. Once she had all the demons and contractors inside her, Adam and Eve were going to do a surprise rebirthday, sending Ma to the random universe and reviving the Evillious world. Ma is gone now, but they can still banish the sinners. That's the most important video. We just got that guitar in the background. Lily Ann is reunited with her parents and decides to throw a party. But during the party, Gift falls over the crowd, causing people to fall asleep. Is it Eve as Margarita? No, Eve is Irina's little girl now. The new sloth demon is Michelle. She went to the theater to find her father. With everyone asleep, the Tazan soldiers approach to capture Lily Ann. Suddenly, Claire rides in on Josephine and carries her off to safety. Claire and Lily Ann stop at a safe distance, and Claire tells Lily Ann about how Gammon is going after contractors. Lily Ann is worried about Kyle because he's also a contractor. Marie appears and explains that Rahab surmised they were only going after the main sinners. Dang, all that trouble only to get gobbled up at the end. Peekaboo.
Roscoe Gilbert always stealing my car for no reason.
There it is. I was like, well, once the ad shows up, good. That was a good time for it to come. I would highly suggest just watching the playlist on your own time, just so you say, "Oh, I remember that," or I never noticed that. I never noticed that." When the people at the palace wake up, Arth holds a meeting to come up with a plan concerning Brillian and the surrounding army. He wants to defeat the army and protect Brillian, but many are hesitant, not ready to help the daughter of evil. Germaine encourages them by offering her service first, and Arth is able to build up a strong force. But their weapons are medieval compared to the Tazin's party because the souls are only able to conjure items they know from their own time. Miriam said that the enemy might also have a special weapon powerful enough to erase souls, so they have that to fear as well. And watch the circles, because these are not random people singing each part. Yeah, okay, fine. Let me see. The Lucifenians are helped by Gast and the Asmodean mercenaries, and the battle seems to be turning in their favor. Suddenly, a giant black box comes flying through the sky. The Tazan army retreats from the box, knowing its power. It opens and starts sucking up everyone to reformat them. It treats souls as data and returns them to a blank, memoryless form. Because it is a god artifact, only a god can stop it. Nemesis is a god. She also still has a body, so her soul can't be sucked out. She doesn't have Aluka's magic, but she still has her gun, so she succeeds in shooting it down. All the souls inside are released. Kyle was inside the box, and he tells her about the reformatting. Nemesis learns that this isn't Seth's model, it's one she herself had planned as Levia but never made. Alan and Nemesis now decide to go to Bosnia to see Vanica and talk to Lich. Meanwhile, Rillian and Clarith are talking with Michelle and the animal demons about are talking with Michaela and the animal demons about Michelle. Michaela managed to sneak in and get all the vessels after the theater was destroyed. They are all empty, even the doll. Irina is a soul now, but she still looks like the doll. Michaela gives Lillian the doll and tells her she can trap Michelle in it if the need arises. So remember, Lillian has this doll with her. It's empty. Gamelia suddenly rises up from the ground to take Lillian to the hellish yard. She and Seth had been going around collecting the contractors, and she decides to bring Lillian along so they all could be protected from Gammon. Alan and Nemesis talk to Banica and Lich and their plans for the future. Vlad taught Banica about realities beyond their world, and she hopes the true graveyard will allow her to experience them. Nemesis asks Lich if he would like to make bodies for all the souls. This would be opportune, as he had always been jealous of Behemoth's superiority, but he's grown to like being with Banica and would rather follow her than become a god. Banica then decides to invade the theater and make it her new home. I know, she's such a girl boss. Alan and Nemesis tag along.
Location marker.
While in hell, Michelle appears to free her father and take him to the theater. She succeeds, but as she is breaking down the barrier, she starts to become confused by her own memories and Eve's. Now, Eve's has all these incarnations, so it can get kind of confusing. Oh yeah, we're almost to the good part. I hope there isn't an ad. Perfect time. Oh, this is a lot better than the. This is a lot better than it could have been. It could have. It could have come at.
The important part? The good part?
Well, the very important part. Once it did, it was like sugar. It was like your name is Sugar Free Oreos, and I was like, oh, how do you know it said Sugar Free Oreos? It was great. Venomania, Kaio, and Liliane fly up to the theater, being saved from being shot down by the defending army when Hanma freezes them. They confront Michelle, who leads them to the director's room so they can learn why they are being hunted. Galarian told them about Irina once being the doll and the twins Adam and Eve. He told them the contractors were needed to make Ma pure. That's around the time Vanica arrived. Meanwhile, Gammon was fighting Nemesis and Alan in the hall. Adam and Eve ran into the hall and said everyone but Rillian disappeared. Hearing them say Rillian was in the mansion, Alan ran off to finally see his sister.
Separate. Separate guys.
Yeah.
Mainly your mistake was just listening to your episode.
They're finally reunited. Uh-huh.
Well, I guess she wasn't dead. Stand her secret, sneaky little plan.
When Ma died, Irina quickly moved her to Lillian's body. She remained dormant, waiting until all the contractors were in the theater. All but Nemesis were absorbed. Ma shot lightning at Alan and Nemesis, but Eve countered it. Ma started to mock Irina, saying she was foolish to save Ma, and had only done so because she didn't want to lose a friend. This angered Adam, and in defense of his mother, he enacted the court rebirthday. The theater started to collapse in on itself. Ma, Nemesis, and Alan started to escape. Gammon grabbed Nemesis, saying that without her, Ma couldn't fulfill her goal. Nemesis broke free and barely made it out in time. Gammon had his chance to escape and refused. Infinite L's for you. The theater transformed into a black box and disappeared, bringing Irina, Adam, Eve, and Gammon with it. Had Nemesis stayed, where would she have ended up? So we're gonna find out what happens to them in the long-awaited Karma.
Every time you do that, bad comes of it. Trying to see 3 seeds, the scout can eat everything.
That's sickle. I love that giant crash at the end. This is not a good time to record this. Oh, I gotta be fine. Alright, outside the theater, Ma floats in a raging vortex. Alan goes to speak with her and learns about her desire to prove her existence.
Exist.
What?
I said we can all see she exists.
Oh, Meanwhile, with the help of Eater and the forest spirits, Nemesis drew a giant magic circle on the ground. Ma realized this too late, and Nemesis used her Aluka magic to trap Ma and Alan in a tornado. A bottle fell from Ma's clothes with a message from Lillian telling Alan to save her. She wasn't lost yet. Ma also had Aluka's memories and started to counteract the tornado. In response, Michaela started to sing the Clockwork Lullaby. Seeing it was weakening Ma's powers, everyone joined in. Lillian still had the empty clockwork doll, and Nemesis decided to use it in her final plan to defeat Ma. Alan sliced at Ma with the key, freeing the contractors. Then Nemesis used the swap technique, letting Ma have her body and transferring herself into the doll. Then Seth instantly voided her contract, letting Ma fall to her death in Nemesis's now normal body. Humanity was now extinct. I thought that was a clever way to end it. Just how they saved Ma with, like, just the swap. They're like, oh, fine, you want this? Take it. Whoops, now it's just a normal human. All right, chapter 11. Okay, that was what we just watched with the Heavenly Yard. When the world was consumed by malice, an ark flew into the cosmos with a crew of 72 people inside. Of that, it said there were also a pair of twins.
Battlestar Galactica.
I don't remember anything of Battlestar Galactica
It's
thing.
because everybody left from on the ship, I think.
Okay, I found it close enough. Alan awakens in the Heavenly Yard where he sees Sickle in his true form. Sickle takes him to see the master behind the world of Evillious. They enter a room and see an old lady sleeping. The lady is named Luna. She once lived on our Earth and worked in a hospital treating people that had hers. The world was growing more evil by the day, and humanity was driving itself to extinction. Luna and her colleagues were clean enough to get a spot on the ship called the Climb 1. They flew off into space but lost all contact with their fellow spacecrafts. To make matters worse, some people were being found murdered and some were showing signs of hers. But you can't guess where that came from. They finally reached an empty planet and wanted to terraform it with their technologies. But the creation never even began. Everyone was so wild and wicked they got into a huge fight that crashed the ship and killed everyone on board. Luna was the only survivor. Luna couldn't create the new world by herself, nor could she bring her friends back to life, so she simply slept. All of Evillious is her dream, the reality she should have had with those she loved. The end.
What?
Okay, yeah, Ash in a coma. I guess the moral is, even if you do everything right and it naturally looks like you're going to get a good ending, you're never totally immune from a sucky one. Carol can relate. So, like I said, we're gonna stop and let you steep in that. And then we're gonna do the wrap up. Whenever I'm ready for it. Was that the best ending? An old lady dream?
I'm shocked. I can't believe it.
See, I told you it was something no author would pull.
Well, even a couple days ago, I was thinking, imagine it's all just a dream. I was like, no. That's the only theory I ever made. I was like, it's too terrible. Not in like a bad way, but in like a.
Nobody was real. What's the point?
Oh my god, I just didn't see it coming sort of way.
Yeah.